Time now for Restoring the Soul of Healthcare from the HELPcare Clinic in Austin.
And as we do on our Thursdays, we check in with our friends at the HELPcare Clinic here on the Voice Moore County. We say good morning, Lee AC, Dr. David Strobel.
Good morning, John. Good to hear from you.
Good to be with you again here today. And a little bit of change of focus. We've been talking about open enrollment for a little bit, but we'll talk a little bit about the HELPcare Clinic and how it can help save money by using the workplace and enrolling through workplace enrollment. So I'll let you take it from there, kind of explain how that works and how that's going to be beneficial to people.
Yeah, well, so thanks. You know, larger employers are, some of them have taken the steps, like Hormel and Quality Pork have taken the steps of saying, we can maybe help our employees get healthier by and take better care of them by offering clinics that are actually owned and run by the workplace itself. That's only really open to, you know, really the largest employers. And in fact, our inspiration for HELPcare Clinic came partly from something like that, with where Dr. Dave has been working with the pipe trades union in the Twin Cities area, where they've established a clinic that provides a lot of this day-to-day care. What we're doing with HELPcare Clinic and our workplace memberships are saying this is giving an opportunity for smaller employers who couldn't afford to set up something like that to be able to have something where they can contribute toward the health of their employees. You get more convenient access to care, get the whole suite of benefits that we have as part of HELPcare Clinic membership, but at a reduced cost. And so we've got, you know, a couple different options. One is where they just tell their employees about it. They spread the word about this opportunity, and for doing that, they get the employees save $20 a month on their membership. For the whether it's single, couple, or family. But then we also have an opportunity where if the employers are willing to buy in a bit and provide a subsidy of at least 50% toward the membership costs, you know, then we kick in on our side too and say, hey, we really want to encourage that. And so that's what we call the subsidized membership. That lets people save 28 to 33% off the regular rates. And it's by, you know, form sort of a partnership, employer, employee, and then HELPcare Clinic, all kind of coming together to be able to provide that lower cost care.
I can see where that'd be beneficial to the employer in kind of an odd extra way, in that it makes it feel more like family when your employer is investing more into their employees and showing them the benefit and showing more that they care about them.
Right, and there's you know, most employers want to help out their employees, you know, partly because that makes their job positions more attractive, and so then they have better retention, and, you know, people that feel more secure in their job are much more likely to not only stay longer but be more productive and things like that. But a lot of small employers, they can't afford the big plans, and so then that exposes them to unwanted employee attrition. Somebody says, I just got to leave because I need better benefits. And the employer said, geez, I wish I could pay for them, but I just can't afford it. This allows them to be able to do a lower cost thing to take care of a lot of healthcare costs. And then they may be able to get like a higher deductible, lower cost catastrophic plan to cover kind of the big stuff that we don't do. And, you know, then they would even potentially be eligible to have a health savings account. And the employer might even say, well, we'll match a certain number of dollars for your health savings account. So you could have little employers that could actually develop a suite of benefits that was actually pretty robust and would feel good to them.
Yeah, and you touched on something I was just about to ask, because I was curious about whether you could use HSA or health savings account dollars that you and your employer are setting aside pre-tax. Would those be eligible to use on the membership, because that would be an additional benefit?
Yeah, we're not tax advisors on that kind of thing, but our experience has been that people have been using health savings account payment methods as a way to pay for membership. But again, people need to consult with their tax advisors. Employers would probably want to do that. But but the main thing is that when you're looking at an employer sponsored membership, that's something that they can just, as they're making a contribution to it, the costs are really so significantly reduced. I mean, we're talking about for an employer subsidized membership, $50 a month for the employee, $50 a month for the employer, for a single person. For a family membership, it's $125 a month for the employee, $125 a month for the employer. And so because of that, even aside from any tax benefits that might come from it, it's really just a good value. And we're providing that reduced rate, to make it, that much more attractive.
Right. And if the health savings account, there are some health savings accounts that are set up by the administrators of the accounts that they will restrict the kinds of things that money can be used for.
Sure.
But it certainly can be used, to cover a deductible for an insurance plan. So that's always the case. And of course, you're building up a fund so that if you have it, like a $10,000 deductible, if you build up enough in your HSA, then that doesn't feel so scary,
Right.
And so being able to use the HSA to pay for the membership, well, the membership is a rather small cost. So it would be better to leave the HSA alone until it's big enough to cover the deductible. And then hopefully it would continue to grow, because maybe you wouldn't use it. And it might then eventually have enough of an interest income from the account that you could actually pay the membership or your portion of it with the interest from your HSA and not even dig into the principal. But that depends upon not using the HSA for large medical costs. But that is
Sure.
something that would be fairly common.
Yeah, and I didn't want to take us down a wormhole there, because it really depends on the individual employers and the people there. So as
Right.
Lee put so perfectly, really talk with your administrators, your employer, and they'll work the details out.
Yeah, most HSAs will allow to pay a medical membership. So that's the common thing. But there have been some that say they
I was going to say, if employers are hearing this and they're curious about this, just what are the next steps? How do they get rolling on it and getting their business involved here?
Yeah, well, they can just give us a call at 507-279-2345. We do have one more of our scheduled workshops. We've actually moved it from the Hormel Historic Home to we're going to have it as an open house at HELPcare Clinic this evening. So there's a change of location. It's 7 o'clock tonight. So if people would like to stop by, we're saying you don't need to register in advance. Just stop by. We'll have some materials that we can hand out. And then it's just a matter of starting the conversation, exploring the options, because the one option doesn't require any out-of-pocket expense from the employer. All they have to do is say, we will share the materials with our employees and let them know that this is available. And for doing that, the employees save $20 a month. And so it's kind of like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah.
So, no cost, and you can save your employees $20 a month. But yeah, for the exploring that subsidized membership and what's involved with that, we'd be glad to talk to them. So if they want to come tonight, that's great. Or otherwise, just call or stop by. We're at 308 4th Avenue Northwest, which is a block east of St. Augustine's, and a block from the Hormel Historic Home. and we'll be happy to talk this to them. We've done this with several employers so far, and looking for that to be a major focus as we go forward.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're just about out of time here today. But like with a good pair of shoes, you don't know if it's the right fit for you until you try them out. So contact the HELPcare Clinic and find out how this plan could work for you and save you money down the road here. Gentlemen, appreciate the conversation. As always, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate it, John. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.